She said literally every city in Louisiana talks different. And that's a
Oh yeah, I
reason.
noticed that.
People don't be knowing. Man, the people, and I'm telling you how she ain't lying. Because I got people I got bloodline near Lafayette, down there in Abbeville, Louisiana, right there by Lafayette. They speak different than us. They got more of an influence of the Cajun people, right? So they got a little bit of that talking. When you go down to Baton Rouge, them boys don't speak like New Orleans. You listen to Lil Boosie and listen to Lil Wayne. Y'all see that we totally different. New Orleans wasn't even a part of Louisiana at one time. New Orleans was a city that got discovered. It was the oldest city, one of the oldest cities that got discovered late. But New Orleans wasn't even a part of Louisiana. That's why we always say it's Louisiana and New Orleans and everybody else. Because you got to remember, that's where the port was. That's where all the colonization happened. That's where all the trades happened. That's where all the people, that port was there. That's where you start seeing the Spaniards came down. That's the Spanish Trail. You got to remember, they got the Spains came down. They got the French came down. That's why they call it the French quarters. They came down. All them people came down to colonize New Orleans. And ain't no damn, no research of African. Haitians came down to New Orleans to battle them. Haitians came down there protecting our Indians. And they were a part of our Indians. That's why I keep telling people, stop sleeping on the Haitians. The Haitian people, they were people, they're the ones who fought against the French. Plus, the Haitian people were truly a part of America. Them lands were moved. Them lands, them Caribbeans, them people, all them people from the Caribbeans was a part of America. Y'all don't believe me? I'm telling y'all. All them people were a part of them islands were a part of America. Cuba was right there by Florida. It's right there by Florida. Y'all got to really look at this shit. You heard me?
Big fact.
I tell y'all something, baby. Look, if I tell you, baby, that don't mean I'm flirting on you. That means
what people don't think about.
We talk like that. We tell a man, "What's up, baby?" We tell men and women, "What's up, baby?" We don't call and then some people get offended when they hear that, but they don't know that's the way we talk down where I'm
You know what? So, you know what the people that believe is like, the melanated people on this side of the world is tremendous. It's even more than all of Africa. There's more people on this side of the world than over there. How the hell is Africa going to be the motherland? They can't even produce corn. Like, corn is indigenous from here. You know what I'm saying? We brought corn to Africa. It's so crazy. It's like, why do we have to believe the out of Africa theory? It's still a theory. It's not even a fact. But yet people fight you on it as if it's...
People they look at this shit and they see why I wear this. Why you wear that, and that's what they brand. That's why I found out and I read they brand our slaves. Yeah, you gotta. First of all, this is a flower, so I'm wearing it because it's nature. Before they took it and used it to brand our people, many of our people were taken up to the Queen, up to London. Many of our people were taken to Africa. Many of our people to teach, because we were the land, we were the farmers. So we had to teach farming. So they took our people, brand them as prisoners. You had to brand each one of them with this symbol on them. But I'm always going to remember it because it's a part of my tradition. It's a part of my heritage. And just like you see the Confederacy was an indigenous flag. It was not a Confederate flag for YT people. Okay?
Make it plain, Peanut, because they don't know that. They don't know that story.
They take the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, they take all that shit and make it for them. But I could reclaim the shit back. You heard me? Y'all, you reclaim what belongs to us. That these flowers belong to my city, belong to my state. So I'm gonna always wear it. Okay? It's a flower before anything. You heard me?
The swastika too. They took that and jacked it up.
Yeah, you can turn anything evil. That Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboy, the star, they use that as a mascot. But that star, I mean, that stuff was on many indigenous. You know, that's a part of nature.
The Confederate flag was our flag. That flag was our flag originally. And they took it and they made it their heritage for some reason. But we know that they don't have any heritage, so they just pick up people's heritage and say, oh, that's ours.
That's correct. And people
take that back. You know,
take it back.
Just take it back. Because it has to be power behind it. Our people used it. So why aren't we as the children of the blood of it using it?
Right. So, you know, because I had one lady trying to teach me, and it was an African lady. You wear that thing on your head, and they brand the slaves with it. And so, I mean, what that's supposed to do? It's a flower. It's nature. So don't tell me some shit like acting like I don't know. Okay? I'm gonna remember it all.
Cleveland Indians, you know why they wanted to take it down? Because it looked like you. You know what I'm saying? It was too dark.
Right.
Well, I'll bring it up. Sometimes I puts it up quick before, because you know what they do. So I'm gonna put it up. I did that in somebody else's group. I mean, page channel, and boy, they got upset. Man, take that down fast. Nah, I ain't taking it down. That's us. Okay, I'm gonna take my people down for you. You was making fun of us. Okay, I know what you're doing. You know what that is. Okay, don't get mad with me.
They the red-skinned people. They're melanated, but light-skinned melanin or something they like to say now. And you know, I was in the guy they called Chief Smoke a Lot live last night. He blocked me because I went off on him real bad on Josh Live. But they're saying now that the melanated people must have voodooed Josh because Josh sided with us, and that's dangerous.
Right.
But Josh is conflicted. He doesn't know what he is, you know? He's trying to find out his genealogy. He's thinking he's African and all this other stuff. you know what, though?
I think he is. I think he said his dad is. So
right. But what he doesn't know, right, but what he doesn't know was our people took a lot of shit from here over there into Africa. You know, Africa was walking around clothless until we brought them cotton. And that's real.
Well, we clothless at one point too, because I'm sitting here, I get out in the sun, and on purpose, I want to come out of everything just to dance in the sun. I know that's my ancestors. So I cannot say that we weren't clothless before it actually got cold here. From where I can understand, somebody said that the only reason why it's cold in America is because they did take out a lot of people that look like us over here.
Well, the climate, they mess with the climate, and that's what they've been doing.
And then that too,
doing that now.
Messing with it.
Yeah, they're trying to take the sun out and make it to where everybody live in the dark. And that's gonna be
what I said was facts. Yeah, what I said was facts. It's all in history books, like cotton is indigenous from here. So that means that we clothe the whole world, right? That would mean we clothe the whole world. So why are they trying to push us to become something that we know that we're not? We don't feel African. We don't even sing like them. We sing like angels compared to how Africans would sing. It's not the same. We're not the same people. We're different pedigree.
They sing like in a unified. They sing in a unified like teamwork type of shit. They unify with this. You know, ours is totally different. We totally different than them. And like I said, they are a beautiful people. No doubt that they are beautiful people. But don't assume because of the skin that we all Africans due to skin color. You guys got and the traditions that we're keeping. Respect that. Respect who we are, and we're gonna respect who you are. Okay, you want to be African, and those are the ones who want to be Africans. That's cool. I don't even have a problem with that. If they want to be Africans, let them be Africans. But if you look at this lady right here, they doing a powwow. You see these ancestors. You know, look at the features of that lady. Look at her and me. Okay, and that's I mean, are you just going to erase her being indigenous? Are you just going to erase her because you got a problem with people of color? I mean, it's sad, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
And check the fringes. That is a symbol. That is a symbol of royalty, Chief. That is a symbol of royalty. It's even in the Bible. And then we're going to ignore that, you know, because people hate the Bible. But we are the people.
Y'all know the new thing they're coming up with to ask questions. They're asking for people to prove that melanated people were here before 1492. This was in B for Raw's Live yesterday. So the question went to them, well, why don't you prove that we weren't here before 1492? And they were saying we were flipping the script. But if you're asking the question, why aren't you showing proof that we weren't here? And I said they act like America was a wasteland before some YT people decided to show up in these lands. I could prove the one thing I can say is we as a people, we come from the soil. We come from the earth. So therefore we were here before here was here. And that's all over the diaspora of the world. We cannot give a date as to when we showed up in any land in this earth because we are the earth. That's just the bottom line. And I don't even understand why people want to come against the original beings. I mean, I don't even know if you come to be the shade that we are, if you are original or you're just an op, because you're going against the grain of the earth. You're really going against nature when you fight against nature. And at the end of the day, I'm nature. I stand next to a tree. I blend with the tree. That's just at the end of the day. I blend with it. You gotta slice it open to even let it even look near the way a person that is lighter look. It's just the bottom line. I don't care if it hurt feelings. I'm just being real. I got blocked yesterday just for saying, why do the original have to be walking around here trying to be a copy? Don't nobody want to be Native American. And that's just plain and simple. We don't want to be those people.
So I wanted to show this, right? So the narrative is, these are the descendants of slaves, but look at them. They're well dressed just 100 years after slavery, running their own Congress. Isn't that crazy? Amazing.
You know, they did that.
Do
Did you
the
know
money
that
too, David.
They ran in Louisiana.
Yeah,
Y'all didn't.
I'm proving that we were here. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's my whole point. We were running our own government. Sorry,
Louisiana ran in Louisiana. They ran the government there. Mm-hmm. They ran the government in Louisiana, state legislature, all that. They ran it.
And I'm going to show you guys the money. This is what is driving TikTok and all the Pan-Africans in uproar. They believe that the people on the money here were slaves. It's ridiculous. It's the first time in history that people are saying that. The first time in history. Check this out. Now, we were on the money and we were sharecroppers, right? Farming the land, landowners, right? They're trying to tell us that these people were in chains, getting whipped, and that they decided to put these people on the money. You know what I'm saying? We know that on people that's on the money is usually royalty, government, Caesars. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we have to believe that there are slaves on the money. This is the first time in history that people are saying that, because it's us. This is how much they hate us. Stolen from Africa, now put them on the money. It's a damn shame. People need to find out who they really are, search out their heritage. Like, my last name is Robertson, right? It's not Kente or Dikembe Mutombo. You know what I'm saying? So that means that it's an American last name. So why are they pushing us to become something that we are not? We were on the money. We even built the White House. If that's not proof enough that we were here, then what else do they need? We built the damn pyramids. We're on the depiction of the murals. So who are those people that's on the murals if it's not us? They got dreadlocks, for Christ's sakes. And it's getting tiresome.
Y'all see what I'm doing, huh? Look at my features and look at this guy. You just got to make it make sense, y'all. You guys got to make it make sense.
And that's the thing. If you search out your heritage, you're going to find that your name is not even going to pin anything to Africa. It'll be like Johnson, Smith, Clark. It'll be names like that. You mean to tell me these names are automatically African now because they stole from you? They stole your land and now you have to become African because of what they did?
No, you got the slave master name, David. That's what they say. We got the slave master.
How?
name.
We taught them how to read. They used to grunt. We know the history. They used to grunt. That's how they used to talk. How is it that we have their names when they never even had a last name? Never had a last name. Do you know what that means? That narrative got to go. That narrative is bullshit.
Well, plain and simple in my family, my fifth grandfather was a YT man from England. And he connected with the full-blood Indian that was here in the Americas. She wasn't from Africa, and she was a chief. And it's even in his memoirs, he says it. He came to breed out our lineage. And it didn't work as far as my great-great-grandmama was concerned, because we're here.
Shout out to this young lady. I mean, this young lady, because she's young. Y'all think 83 is old. That's not old. When you compare the ancestors that have passed away, shout out to Tina Turner, and, you know, Anime Bullock. You know, like I said, this was a Cherokee Indian. Shout out to her. This lady here. She said that she had ended up getting more love out the country than in the country, because when she was because during them times she had to compete against Madonna. Madonna was getting more love. During them times they didn't give you much credit for the things that you done. So shout out to this lady. Always gonna be never gonna forget Private Dancer. Never gonna forget we don't need another hero. You know, just all this young, like I said, I love Tina Turner. Ike ain't Tina Turner, you know. So fly high, you know, it is what it is. You know, we losing a lot of our people. I found out she had cancer. She overcame the cancer. She had some other issues with her stomach. So you never know what's going on with people. Just like Jamie Foxx ended up sick. We just assume we don't be knowing what's going on with these people, you know. But she's another legend. Another legend has passed us gone, you know. But I'm going to be leaving in a few because I have to go to the. But I'm gonna bring some of these things that I want y'all to get into. Okay. Let me see. Get more into juicing. Okay. Get more into detoxing yourself. Try to get all that toxin out of yourself. If you're gonna have a cheat day, have your cheat days on a weekend. Okay, if you're gonna do some little cheating, have it on a weekend. Go through a whole week of detoxing and eating. Try to eat a lot of vegetables. Try to clean yourself. We got to get better on cleaning our system, y'all, because we're not living long. We're not living long, and that's why I was bringing up Tina Turner. She should have been 120 when she passed away. ancestors used to live well within the hundreds. You know, my mother passed away at 74. So we're not living long no more. And I challenge you guys, don't wait until you end up like me last year. It was almost too late for me. But guess what? I overcame it. I overcame it. And I had another turn. The Most High gave me another chance. Okay? We are the farmers, the landowners. We're the landowners. And I'm glad you're showing that, because I'm going to bring this guy. If we were slaves don't get to do this. Let me show you something. Now, we've been slaves. We became slaves when we enslaving. We were prisoners of war here. You're not the
Correct.
slave. Okay.
We were billionaires before.
Okay, we own our own tractors. This is an ancestor on his own tractor. His own tractor. So let me tell you something. They don't let you ride your own shit. Master didn't let you ride your own shit. You weren't capable. You're supposed to be so dumb and stupid. Okay? You're supposed to be a dum-dum. Okay? You can't read or write. But these pictures shows otherwise. Stop listening to the liars out here. You had great ancestors, great family, and you helped build this country. You're the reason why this country is what it is today. Stop believing in just the slave mentality. You are more than just slaves. You were prisoners of war. Who were you before 1492? You were way before 1492. So if anybody want to believe in that slave theory, it's all about money with you. I know what you're doing, because if me and David debunk the slave ships and all that, then you can't lean on the Hebrew Israelites. You can't lean on reparations. You think that we are in a way of your reparations. I know what it is. You want your money. This is all about money. Now, because we were prisoners of war, you still gonna get reparations. You still was mistreated. You still was taken from your duties of your whole land. This land belonged to you. So you don't need the theory of the ships, because they can imprison the people that was already here. Stop sitting here waiting for a handout and understand that your people were a great people. Try to get back the land. Your purpose, not money. Your purpose is land.
Check this out, Chief. The government that we had before they came, it was a free enterprise government. There was no need to go get a license to fish or anything like that, because you can go fish and make as much money as you want. Nobody's going to tax you. It was a free enterprise government. So what it is now is worse than ever before, because we're paying government to a foreign fictitious entity that doesn't even belong here.
That's why I never understood. And then they got into a person got mad with me, telling me, man, you supposed to go vote Donald Trump. I said, let me tell you something. I don't need no Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I don't need no political people. Them people have failed us many times. I don't care. Donald Trump was the same man who didn't allow my people to work in his hotels. Joe Biden is the same man who put us in incarceration. Okay? These are the same people. Okay? So I don't see no better with these people. Them people, I don't put my faith in man. You guys put your faith in politicians. Politicians are meant to fail you. They're meant to fail you. I'm not going to sit there and put my heart and soul into people that's going to fail me.
And they're too old. Like, who are these old people that's governing over us? They're too old to even run the government. We see how messed up the whole world is.
And they don't even get young people. They get old men that's about to leave the world, about to end up in the upper room. They don't never get a young, energized man. Don't tell me about Obama. I don't want to hear nothing about Obama. Obama was used. He was used. Obama was never going to pass bills for you guys. Obama was never going to do stuff for you. Obama was doing it he would have pulled for other communities before he pulled for you. He couldn't do nothing strictly for you. Obama was never brought here to bring change and help his people. He was brought for other people. And if you know what I mean by other people, okay?
He
And I'm not
came to
talking about
help his
YT people.
He helped his people.
Yes. And he is the definition of a true African American.
Exactly.
Obama
This
is an
is a
African American. That's what an African American is.
yeah.
Nigerian,
His father's from Africa. Yeah, Kenya.
right. So that's what the definition of an African American is. And his mother was born, his mother was a true European. Okay? I'm cool.
They just
You're
put
blind.
a man that looked so-called looked like us in office, and everybody got excited.
And I'm cool. You know why I'm blocking you? I'm cool because not because you said you're blind. It's because I don't even know who you are because I don't like nobody with avatar. Don't have an avatar. You can't even show your face to me. Bye. You make outrageous conversation and then you can't even show your face. So have a nice day.
Yeah. Some people can't handle the truth. Some people can't handle history. For example, if you keep telling them like, yo, we built this thing. And when you look at this, it has Roman columns on this. So you mean to tell me we built this thing in such a way that it had Roman columns? That would mean that
Wow.
we were in Rome. This is Rome.
It is
That
wrong.
little place over there is not Rome. That's how crazy this is. They flipped everything, changed the map. They did everything they could to make sure that this narrative is going to stick. But it's not going to work because you have people like Chief Peanut, people like me, like Carol, like Connie, that's telling you guys the truth.
That's like, look, y'all remember a day when we could be proud? We had the father, the mother, and the children, and they didn't go into grocery stores in pajamas. They didn't wear their pajamas to go in public. That's what we had a people of pride. Our people were prideful. Was no Pookies and Ray Rays. And let me tell you something, Pookie, if you in the chat, Pookie, you got mad with me for talking about Pookie and Ray Rays. I was not talking about you, sir. I'm talking about the stereotypes of a Pookie and Ray Ray. I know you got mad and inboxed me about Pookie and Ray Ray, and I'm just letting you know the stereotypes about Pookie and Ray Ray. Not you. Now, if your mama nicknamed you Pookie, I ain't no disrespect to you, sir. Okay? Some of y'all get in y'all feelings when people are just trying to make an analogy, just trying to break some shit down, you heard me? Because I was talking about the father that had did great for his son, bought his son a nice car, and the brother got mad because I said, about Pookie and Ray Rays. There ain't no Pookie. And the brother got real upset, probably don't get mad with me, because that's the stereotype of Pookie and Ray Ray. That's all I was saying. But it is what it is, People just get in their feelings, man. I'm Peanut. You can put a stereotype about me. That's my real
This is not
nickname.
Africa.
Go ahead, brother. Look at that. The real Kemet. Look at that. Shit was really here, y'all. All that stuff is here. But we have been
And
so blind.
I think life
This is a
is
real
really
picture
telling
from the
us
1900s.
who we are too with how they do the money. So you're telling me they went all the way to Africa to put a pyramid on the money just because? Sometimes you just have to think. I'm always thinking. I gotta get out of the box and not just be right in this little bubble that they put us in. Like, I see reality showing us who we are. Why I can't say why aren't other people doing it? It's just get out the box. That's all I can say.
Guys, take the screenshot. You're going to need this in your arsenal to tell people like this was the real Egypt, the real ancient Egypt.
Take a screenshot, y'all. I'm doing mine right now.
Black people built these pyramids. The so-called blacks.
You're hurting some feelings right now, brother.
I know,
And
I see it. They're like, who built
Here
it?
go.
They want.
fake. You're gonna got look, the first guy
Yeah,
coming up.
yeah, I see. I
I
know. It's gonna
sound
make
like a
them mad. The
conspiracy
money,
theorist or
the
something. I
money.
don't
Yeah,
know.
okay, check this out, guys. This is the facts. The money is in the Library of Congress. They're gonna say it's fake. This was from the Centennial, right? They're gonna say it's fake. These are all real things, but they're gonna want to say it's fake. They're gonna say white people built it. We built it.
Yeah, I
What-
have to ask Texas Two Step if he could write in the comments or come up here and tell us what is his thoughts on why the pyramid is on the back of the money. Like, if I don't know for sure, I'm just saying me. I'm a person that get out of the box and I choose to think. I don't allow what they tell me be what it is. I'm a question it. So my question was, why is that pyramid on the back of the money? They actually went to Africa and they chose to put it on the money. For what purpose? Is all I'm saying. Just question it. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey Tank. Well, I see Tank Savage in the house.
What's up, y'all? What's up, kings and queens?
What's going on?
Nah, I just got a question. So, I want to come in and saying I'm a 95 baby. Makes me 28 on July. So, my question as a young militant brother and a young militant soul is we know this, right? Or like I'm saying, we as in the collective of the people that are up here understand that we know what we're looking at. So, what do we do now? Because I think I grow tired, not necessarily of having these debates because they need to be had and these conversations need to be conversed. But what do we do on the back end? Like how, like who do we get in touch with to make them right steps so that we can make the ramifications for us look better? Because I know words have a time and place, but it's also a time and place for action and war. So what are we doing on that front?
Well, I think the Most High is the Most High want us to sit and I think it's the time is coming very soon. I think that the sun is getting hotter. I think that most of the things that we think that we need to do, we need to physically do. I don't think we have to. The existence of certain people is going away. I
So
think
it's
that if
more,
you, huh?
not to cut you off, OG, but I want to see if I'm aligned with you. So it's more like keeping the Sabbath on the Saturday, more like praying, more like keeping steady, more like, like watching what you eat, making your sacrifices, making your prayers, and kind of aligning. And I
Right.
understand. So is it more of that? Because I feel like, I mean, and maybe this is me just speaking from the flesh, but I'm ready to step on something. So is we doing that,
That
or is
time is
we
coming.
just
I think that time is
Yeah,
coming, my brother. I think your time is coming. I think they're gonna bring it to us. I think your enemies is prepared to bring it to us. You already see what your enemies have done. I see supremacists walking on the. If you look at the supremacists, they all coming together on a they just was walking in D.C. All marching together, not showing their faces, doing it. It's a spiritual war, and sometimes you just gonna have to wait your time and it's going to come to you and you just got to be prepared.
yeah. So I'm a
And
historian,
definitely
right?
tap into nature. You got to tap into nature because we got to
That's
get back
correct.
to the natural order of things. So it's going to go both ways because we got to get intertwined with nature as well for it to even go in our favor. Just thinking
That's
that
correct.
they can use these crazy weapons and arsenals and all this crazy stuff against us, we have to tap in so it does not work. That's just the bottom line.
Can I step in right behind you, Queen? I want to say something before everybody starts going because I don't want to miss my message. Also, I think it's time to prepare for, what I'm saying, them times because proper preparation prevents poor performance. And when the time does come to clash swords, I want us to be ready. You understand what I mean? And I mean that from a place of straight love and fire in my soul. And I'm tired of seeing my people perish by the wayside. And I don't want to jump off no boat. I want to take over and cut the head off, you feel me, and turn that bitch around and go back home. You feel me? That's what type of time I'm on. And if you believe you came from this land, then I'm standing here with you. If you want to go back home, I'm going to help you get there. Whatever the plan is, I want freedom for the people that look like me. And if you want to join arms and get down with me, then shit, follow me, message me. We'll link up off of shit that ain't here, you know what I'm saying? And we'll find a way to communicate in a way that we can safely until it's that time. So that's all I want to say. I love you, black people. be joyous, be blessed, ground yourself, and let your melanin glow.
I'm gonna follow you, Tank Savage. I'm gonna follow.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow me back. We're gonna keep it keep it a buck. You hear me?
All right.
What's going
So
on,
listen, the
Prince?
reason why we tell people to oh, what? Sorry, Prince Trev, what's up?
Nah, go ahead, Professor. Go ahead and say what you gonna say.
So, all right, I'm gonna be quick. The reason why we tell people to do the genealogy to find out who they are is because number one, you're not gonna really find a Dikembe Mutombo in your records. You're not. I know because I checked. And then on top of that, when you find out that you're one of us, an indigenous person, an Indian, you're gonna fight for your own people. That's why it's important. That's why we're pushing it. When that time comes, you're gonna know who to fight for. This is why we're telling everyone to do your genealogy.
Okay.
Man, I'm like
How's it?
Mr. Stay Ready's new avatar and his new name.
Victor Von Doom. What up? I'm still waiting for my repulsor.
Victor.
That's my version of a black Joker.
I ain't
I
mad
like it.
at you. I'm waiting to
Got
see you pop a
dreadlocks.
picture of Victor Von Doom, bruh.
Oh, you know what? I do that. I do that for you.
I ain't mad at you, but what I wanted to say
What's going on,
is,
Peanut?
well, the same thing here. What's going on, Peanut? What I wanted to say is when the young brother was asking what's the next step, it's honestly, you TikTokers that got these following written halls and doing public presentations. Dave, it's time to start doing the in person. Who's next up on the stage in a show of solidarity, of power that y'all for real about this and y'all not just on TikTok about it. See,
Right,
what
for the
you're doing
views.
is you're rebuilding people's minds. And so when you start going public, and this is why I say we got to contact these
I
melanated
didn't realize that was
militias,
Antoine.
militias to do the security and stuff and everything, but y'all got to
I realized
start
that was
writing
me.
halls. Okay, that's the next move. Public presentations and stuff, so people can come out and grow off of what you're saying. See, when you start gathering together, that's showing that you're more real about what you on here doing. You understand? And then you'll find that more people will gravitate to you. But you gotta have your security in place when you do this, because you know a lot of people ain't gonna like what you're doing. But you gotta do it. This is the only way it's gonna go forward. Long as it now, TikTok is a good avenue and it's getting in everybody's hand. But now it's time to start building that revenue and that show of solidarity and going to the cities and having people come out so they can come out of there feeling good and empowered by what you're saying because they got to see you in person. You understand? See, I'm a promoter. I used to do this is what I used to do at one point in time. I remember I said, I don't know if some of you remember or not, I said I stopped being an activist. I used to do the DARE program. I used to raise funds for like community groups and stuff like CYD, SDC,
The
King
DARE
Centers and stuff.
program.
Yeah, that's back in the day. Right. And see, I stopped doing it because I realized I'm spitting on a fire. And while I'm telling these kids and everybody to stop doing this and love each other, I got the fire, them throwing gasoline on the fire. And I felt outnumbered. So I stopped doing it. But, excuse me, this is right up my line. This is where a brother like me come in and start pushing your flyers and hitting the commercials. Because there are ways that you can get this done without spending a lot of money. It's called whenever it's for the community, it's called community affairs. The TV stations, the radios have to push your commercials. Free airtime. Okay? And when y'all do this, y'all go under that for the community, have a charity or whatever that you funding at the same time. Some of the profits go to a charity. So this way you ain't got to pay all the cost. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? This is my line of work right here.
I'm
So you
hey,
have
I'm
a
right there
and
with
that's
you,
the next step, Peanut. Honestly, you brothers got to
King.
take out time, get off the road, Peanut, and get a haul and say you got Peanut, you got Mr. Stay Ready, you got Professor Dave here, and y'all all gonna be there live and in person doing a presentation, talking to the crowd. And this is what you have to do. That's the next step because then people build off of you.
I'm finna get
You
with you right
understand?
now, OG, because that's what I'm on right now. That's why I came back up in here to say this. Is it's a gang of brothers just like me who tired of gang banging out here for these streets and these blocks. You understand what I mean? We understand where we come from. We doing the, you know what I'm saying? We enlightened. You know what I'm saying? We growing, we grinding ourselves, we doing all this, you know what I'm saying? We meditating, we trying to eat right, you know what I'm saying? We keeping the Sabbath, we growing our hair out, you know what I'm saying? We understanding who we is, but we ready to, you know what I'm saying? We ready to do what we supposed to do while we young, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, can I make one
Want
little
to be
comment reply to
God
him?
martyr. That's
Young
what we
brother,
on. Come to me.
young, young brother, you are only doing what nature set in balance anyways. We are the law of this land. Okay? This is why everybody get quiet when we walk in the room. You understand? We can change the whole outcome of a crowd just by showing up and getting out the car.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope.
We the law here. And this is why it's so messed up. And once we take our position back as the law, because we are by nature, when we walk in, children out of control, all we got to do is just say, everybody be quiet loud. The house get quiet like that. People change their step.
But
When
that's
we
why
as
fathers.
men,
That's why fathers like myself, Antoine. See, I already know what Antoine is. He's a great father, so that's why I bring Antoine up. We got a lot of fathers that are not being fathers, and they're making excuses. The first thing that they're doing is complaining about the child support. And if you when you make a seed, that's just me. It shouldn't even. I wouldn't even. Yes, let that's some jacked up stuff about what's happening to you about child support, but you giving up on your children because of child support. To me, that's a weak man. Don't ever give up on your children because of what a woman is doing. Always fight for your children. It never
Child support is
should be
not a
a
punishment.
situation, huh?
Child support is not a
it's,
punishment.
it's the
That's what I'm saying.
humiliation that the fathers be going through is the reason
I've
why they
I
actually
give
put
up.
understand, but
myself on
don't ever
child
give up on
support
your
before.
children.
I put myself on child support.
A
All right,
lot of
I've done
men
it
get tired
before.
of the humiliation they go through, and that's how they end
But
up
don't
giving.
be
It's
tired
really
of
not
your
the child
children, my
support.
brother. Listen,
I know
listen.
that, but I'm just
I
saying that's
understand
why
the
a lot of
storm.
brothers
I
give up.
understand the storm, and this is because we are we so focused on what the government is doing, but we just say, you know what, the government is taking all my money. But what happens is a young child out there gets out there. He's not being supervised. He's not being. There's no leader in his life. There's nobody he can look up to. He or she. So what do you expect them to be? What do you
Right.
expect them to be if you ain't leading them as a man? As a
Say that
man,
shit
you got to
again.
get over the other shit. As a man, you still got your seed out there. And
Hey,
me personally, I don't care if they put me on child support. I'm still going to take care of my children. I'm
And if you
still
see
going to be
somebody
a part
not
of their
taking care of
life.
their kids, you need to correct them immediately or stop kicking it with them. You are who you be around.
Facts.
So stop
right. I
kicking it
was
with
just
your
gonna say
homeboys
that
while
a
you
lot, a
still
lot of
in the,
young.
yeah. Talk that talk, Prince. Hey, man, let me say this, man. I love y'all. I'm gone. Everybody follow me because, hey, I got something to do, but I'm rocking with y'all. You hear me?
Right.
I
Hey, I'm
follow
gonna
you.
tell you something right
Same.
now. Y'all see this gray hair in my head? I talk to the teenagers around my. They go to the high school around and speak to them off and on all the time. Ask them how they doing, all that shit. They'll sit there and chop it up with me. I'm not afraid of our young people. Okay, even
Yeah,
when they
and that's the
even when
problem.
they
We are,
packing, I ain't
but
afraid of
Prince,
them.
Prince, Prince, the other OGs, because Antoine and David, when we came up, we had that OG, and if we didn't have a father, we didn't have a brother, anybody, we had an OG, and they were mature enough to tell you, man, get your ass down now, go home. Get out,
Right.
they'll put us in our place. And now you got a generation where the mothers don't tell my children nothing. That ain't don't you be telling. See, mothers got to stay out of the way. If you're gonna sit there and if you don't have a man in your life,
Let us do our
you can't be
job.
so defensive when another man is checking your children. You cannot be defensive when another woman is checking your children. It takes a village to raise children.
Say that
Everybody,
shit again.
it has gotten to the out of order. Everything is out of order now,
You
and
know,
Hey,
everybody's so defensive.
I've seen kids be so disrespectful to their moms. As soon as a uncle or the dad pop in the room walking, the whole shit
The
shifts.
whole demeanor.
Things demeanor stop. Like everything shift. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of time and women lose sight of the power of just the presence of a male figure in the house. He ain't even got to
say
speak a
that shit
motherfucking
again.
word. You understand what I'm saying? So